Welcome to Tran Plays Final Outpost. I believe this started out as a mobile game, but now it's on Steam as the definitive edition. It's currently in demo or early access at the moment, so some of the features are not currently in the game, such as if we wanted to play on easy or the hardest difficulty, you see this little watermark across it. Clicking this does nothing. We'll go ahead and just play on standard difficulty, and for our fort, we're going to call it Fort Tran, or Fort Tran. Nerd humor. I find it very strange that the zombies are very, yes, detailed, but the people are sketchbook people. Also, I look at it and I think of the Madness series of animation, which also had the sketchbook faces. This game is basically just completely done from this point of view. Here's an overview of your current resources and population. Here's how many people we have. The red background indicates that it is max. One thing I'd like to see, and I'll go and offer comments because I do suspect that the developer does watch videos on his game or their game. Because in the letter that I get, it mentions a guy named Potato who also played this game. So I looked at some of the things, and his version of the game is different than mine because he played it earlier. The reason why I say it's different is his time. You see here, I know we're talking about this, but just let me divert for a bit. Day 1 at 10 o'clock was over here, and I think that's actually better because the blood moon, 4 days, 10 hours, it's next to it. All your timetables are over here. But maybe move these down here if you insist on keeping it separate. But I do think your times should be together. Anyways, one of the other things I would propose or suggest is show the max. I know I can see the max once I get out of the tutorial. I can click this button and see the max. I think I should just show up here. Maybe even have the bar fill up the closer it is to max. Perhaps, and the most interesting thing would be if you put a little, I guess, a threshold indicator to show that you have the range to reach the next big upgrade. I'll talk about that in a little bit once we get to that point in the tutorial. Here are our resources, okay? Here's the current time, good. And then we can slow down and speed up. Now, here's the wonky thing. As a person who plays games where you can slow down and speed up time, I think typically you would slow down and speed up time with 1, 2, and 3. No. Unfortunately, in this game, 1 goes to this, 2 does this button, 3 does this button, 4, and 5. This is like skill tree that you only get every 5 in-game days. I don't think that you would need to use that. If a player had to pick which buttons he'd hit most often, it'd probably be these. And also, you cannot permanently go on to fast forward. This is press and hold, and then it will fast forward. And the moment you let go, it goes back to normal, one of these 2 speeds. Here we can see how long until we have Blood Moon. I don't know if Terraria or 7 Days to Die was the first thing to indicate the Blood Moon event as a name. Maybe a Minecraft thing, I don't know. I played Minecraft way before it was like even had redstone or nether portals or whatever. So I don't know what started Blood Moon. Start by building a workshop on this plot. Right, this is the name of the, I know the tutorial hasn't gone to that, but this is the name of the structures we can build, such as workshop, meat drying rack, and wood store. And then this is the benefit that we would get for that particular building. I feel that you should talk about what it is first. We could hit this button to construct, and it'll cost me 50 wood. You cannot skip this first one. Even if we were to go through the tutorial and then come back later, you can't build any of these others. You have to build the workshop first. So there we go. We also have, let's talk about these buttons from left to right. These are our resources. This could be stone, ammo, and looks like rifle bullets, rifle rounds, sniper rifle. So earlier I talked about how I wish you could see the maxes. Yes, you can see the max anytime you hit this button, but I think you should just be able to tell. So we have 100 wood out of 150. What I mean by the threshold is not the fullness bar. No, that's its own. That would be its own bar filling. What I mean by that is, let's say that my threshold, my maximum capacity was 500, and I needed 250 to upgrade to the next tier for my whole base. I feel that should have like a little glowy threshold in the middle saying like, hey, you have reached the maximum range necessary to get your upgrade. Because that'll be one of the challenges in this game. Aside from the nightly zombie waves, you need to get your resource thresholds above the next upgrade. It's a little weird, but you'll see. It's kind of like scaffolding your way to the next tier. All right, and scrap is used to build tools. Unfortunately, there is also no pause in the game other than the tutorial menu or hitting escape to activate the main menu options. If I were to sit here and talk about things during real time, the game would be running and I would lose, basically. As far as I know, each person eats a tenth of a food. Now, I do have 5 people, but it says here your citizens require food to survive. They either eat meat or wheat. But the other thing it hasn't mentioned, I'm not sure it will mention, is that only people who are active eat food. So we have 4 listed here. We have 1 unassigned. We have 1 hunter, 1 lumberjack, and 1 scavenger. That's 4 people to account for. Then we have a 5th person who is a night watchman. He's called a knife fighter. But this guy is only up at night. Since they're asleep, he doesn't eat. But the game will still produce babies if he is by himself. So that is how this world works. It's kind of like a vegetative propagation, fungal fragmentation. In addition, when the babies are born, they're fully working adults that can go out hunting deer. This shows how many citizens eat, and yes, so we did just mention when they're awake. Whether a citizen is awake depends on their assigned job and time of day. Pretty much all jobs are assigned during the day. Even the wall repair jobs, when you're being attacked, they will not repair the walls, and that is a daytime job only. Most of their jobs are daytime. Nighttime jobs pretty much seem to be security-based ones, such as shooting your turrets and stuff. Your turrets will require a person to man them. Citizens who are asleep will contribute to the birth rate of your outpost. If you're at max capacity, which we are, or you don't have food, you cannot grow people. One thing I did notice when I was testing out the game is that, let's say that you have 9 population and most of this is full, and then a person approaches from the outside, you decide to recruit him. When he maxes out your population, meaning that you now have 10 out of 10, this bar disappears. So you've lost all your progress to that. That's why I suggest that you build your tents in advance, not only so you can recruit the people, but so that you don't lose any progress. When you have about 25 people, you can actually produce 1 person every 24 hours. Though that being said, 12 hours of the day are daytime, and they won't be doing production. They won't be birthing people. All right, we need to assign someone. We're going to assign them to scavenger for the moment because we actually, we'll flip over to X builder. Okay, so we see our current population is capacity, and we have 1 unassigned citizen. Here are the jobs. We can, if you click this button, you can go between toggle 1 or toggle infinite. Let's say I had 15 lumberjacks and I didn't want to click minus for all of them. I could just click this button, turn it into an infinite site, and then click lumberjack. Here, find out more about the job by clicking on somebody. And then it'll give you a short description. It'd be nice to read it, but since there is no pausing in the game, I have not actually sat down and read any of them. Hunters sleep during the night, contributing to birth rate. That's the most important thing, is to look at the bottom of each job. You note that there's a certain amount of deer in the forest. They do replenish per day, but if you overhunt, they will replenish very slowly. They don't have a building they require, but they do need a tool, which requires wood. To assign a citizen to this job, we must have a tool and available space in the required building. The required building might be such as a mine, as in stone mine or stone pit, and you can only have 1 person assigned to it originally until you start upgrading it. So that'd be the building type. Let's go to the workshop. Crafting a tool requires certain resources. Once our workshop is finished, that's the thing we clicked on a long time ago. So that's why I think this tutorial is a really bit wonky. And rather than showing things free form, it gives you a bunch of pop-ups that you don't know when the pop-ups are going to end. Then the game will resume. But it's going to give you a bunch of pop-ups based off of the context that you have clicked on that button. Makes sense, but it's very disjointed in its own way. We can craft a range of tools for our citizens. That's the only way anybody will do a job. If someone's going to be a hunter, he requires a bow. If someone's going to be fighting zombies, you can't do it with an axe or a bow. You have to do it with a knife. Each tool enables a citizen to do a specific job. You can kind of see by the shirt that they wear what the circles are, but I would like to have the person actually look more like this. So give him his bushy brown red hair if you want, but make them look like people rather than circles. That's my suggestion. This is no longer a mobile game you're selling on Steam. Here's defensive measures. I guess it doesn't want to talk about that. Let's go and craft an axe, and we'll craft a second axe. Make that, and take out the knife fighter. We took our unassigned, made him a lumberjack, took a knife fighter, made him a lumberjack. We can zoom out, but there's nothing we can see. Although the clouds are randomly placed, they do just sort of circle in place for, I guess, for the foreseeable future, which makes it look odd when you're fast forwarding because they'll just float in circles, same circles over and over and over. All right, let's look at these bars. They apparently zooms in on stages. I can't have a smooth zoom in. Each lumberjack, you see, this is the one lumberjack he's chopping, and when he gets to the end, he leaves the area and gives me all of the wood he's carrying, which is good. In this case, is going to be 18 for each one. The reason why it's like this instead of a bar that fills up is when we have other lumberjacks, they will have their own little dot as well. So let's try watching these two enter the forest. And this is a scavenger. You see how each one has its own bar that's filling up. And when the day ends, if they haven't finished the bar, they'll come in with incomplete wood. In fact, we're done with... sorry, game. I have maxed out my wood. That guy just brought in 18 wood and then burned it for... He's like, I'm just going to throw it away. This shows the current attributes of the building. We currently max carry 5 people, 5 meat, 150 wood, and 20 scrap. When we upgrade, we'll be able to carry 5 more people, double the wood, and double the scrap. But don't expect it to keep doubling. And then here's what I have to spend 200 wood to upgrade it. Remember that I'm at max wood and I still can't upgrade it, which means I have to build the wood storage pit. So let me cancel out of that and we'll just build one of these. I lost one whole lumberjack's worth of produce right there. I might lose a second one too if this one doesn't finish in time. Oh, no, that's right. It went ahead and spent the cost. Let's go ahead and construct a meat drying rack, because each time a person brings in the deer meat, it is 5 food. No, I've not gone off to a perfect start here, but we could redo this if I wanted to, but I think we'll be all right. Only for the purposes that I'm not going to be trying to win the whole game in this one sit down. If I were, then I would probably fine-tune our start just a bit. So we need 200 wood. We can carry a max of 200 wood, but since they bring in 18 at a time, we're going to lose a little bit unless I build a second wood pit, which I guess I'll probably go ahead and do. That's one that I guess it's a thundercloud or maybe a gunshot. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I don't like it. I guess I'm sensitive to noises. I've noticed that whenever I play games, any monotonous or repetitive noise really gets on my nerves. I don't know what that static is supposed to represent. That's not my recording, that's the game. Night has begun, it's time to defend your outpost. Here you can manually select the number of knife fighters you want to defend this wall. This is the current health of the wall. You can increase it by upgrading the wall or assigning workers. Alright, let me talk a little bit about upgrading it. Right now it's at 600 health. This whole left wall is at 600 health. And as we expand our base, we have to cover more walls. When we upgrade a wall, it gets more maximum health. That's fine. But what do you do if it's been damaged? Well, if it's at 300 health, it's fair to say that 300 out of 600, it's at 50% health. When I upgrade it to a 900 hit point wall, it's still at 50% health, so it'll be at 450. Meaning that if you upgrade your wall, it's going to retain its percentage and you'll still have to pay out the nose to repair it. So I would suggest, if you do play the game and this is not changed in the future, that you finish repairing your wall first and then upgrade it. Don't try to upgrade it in the middle of the night unless you really, really, really needed that bonus, because you're going to have to be paying a lot of wood. Every point of health is a point of wood to repair. So if you lose 20 health, that is 20 wood. Here's where we can control alerted zombies, all zombies, tough zombies, all zombies. Of course, we don't have turrets or snipers and we won't get them anytime soon. This is our perks that we get by surviving Blood Moon Nights. And then we can pick anything that we've... sorry, let me try this again. We get 1 for the first few Blood Moon Nights, and then like 2 points for slightly tougher nights and so forth. So not every night is 1 point. However, you can see on this tree that to get to this next one, we would need to spend a total of 3 stars. I'm going to say that this is really the way to go, because I've tried running the game and then letting it go with increased walk speed and not increased walk speed, at least for the first point. And there is no resource advantage to be gained. However, this will give you 10 more wood throughout the day, throughout an entire day. This can also help kill zombies much faster, from about 5 stabs to maybe 2 or 3. And this is the repair function. While it sounds good and it can be useful, it might even be necessary to eventually win the game, the problem I have with it is, while it does let you repair 25 health instead of 20 health, you end up paying 25 wood instead of 20 wood. It's the same wood per health, but I would have liked it if this saved on how much wood you used in addition to increased health returns. Because it's still a 1-to-1 ratio. I think it would have been nicer. Find out more about the skill by clicking on anything, and we can see the bonus. So we go from 18 wood. Remember that we transfer 18 every time, 2 plus 2. All right, we need to move people over to Knife Fighter. So I can click this and bam. Actually, we don't have enough knives for more than one Knife Fighter, but that's okay. While the game expects you to have people asleep so that you can produce more babies, I find myself moving people from night shift to day shift pretty rapidly. The only time I end up producing babies is at night when I don't have enough Knife Fighters. Like right now I have 1 Knife Fighter, but I have 5 people. Here's how battles work. I wish the game had stages of zoom in, but it's either like this or this. There's nothing in between. Right, so these are little zombies. You don't do anything. They randomly shamble up to your fence. Your guy does not respond until they start pounding away at the fence. Then the nearest person will run. Nearest unoccupied or unengaged person will run to that zombie. This might mean that if someone else finishes and he's closer to the zombie, that guy will stop running so that someone else can go attack that. So the nearest unengaged person will attack the zombie. Zombies are attracted by sound. So let's say that there's another zombie in front of him and he hears this knife stabbing. It'll lure in that next zombie. You'll see once he starts hitting, a zombie is attacking your wall. Make sure this wall has a Knife Fighter to kill it. Now that he's hitting the wall, Knife Fighter's running all the way over and we'll stab him a few times. Let's zoom in. Again, I apologize. It's weird to zoom in that far. See, that zombie's like, huh? I wonder. But then he started running down here because another zombie was hitting this fence. Oops, I clicked the wall. Well, this is the click the wall button. You can see the 900 health. And of course, if we eventually make stone wall, then we have to repair using stone. This is how many turrets we can have. Turrets, unfortunately, are not unmanned. They just fire 2 wood logs every time they attack a zombie. Otherwise, and by default, they will only attack zombies that are hitting the wall. You can do this, fire at any zombies in range. But since it's 2 wood per, you might want to really think about the consequences of that action. All right, and that was our first night. A cycle. Let me redo the first day real quick, though, because I was not happy with my performance while I was rambling about how to play the game. Clicking, but the game doesn't let me do any orders that the loading has finished disappearing. One thing that we want to avoid is trying to remove scavengers on their way back. I don't know what the order necessarily is, but I can tell you that on a previous take of this, as soon as the first scavenger went in and dropped off his supplies, I tried removing a scavenger and it just removed one of the ones that was scavenging rather than the one that had nothing. So when you change their job, they just throw away everything they've ever found and become normal unassigned civilians. Don't do that. Let them drop off their stuff and then change their jobs. We'll need at least 1 wood store. The reason why I wanted to build a meat rack immediately is when he catches or kills a deer, he'll bring back 5 meat. Well, at the beginning of the game, your capacity for meat is 5. Straight up just 5. And with that meat drying rack, it is now 10. So until you build one of these, every deer you catch will have some wastage, unless your guys are just starving. These are the first 2 scavengers. Wait till the 3rd one. Once all 3 have returned, then I will go ahead and pull them off the job. Unfortunately, I don't want to just pull off the job right now, even though 2 have entered the tent, because the game, I don't know if there's an easy way to tell if it's like the first guy or what, but I have tried it, and I was not happy with the results. So now we got these. So I'm going real quick. Craft axes. How many axes did we end up making? We have 2 spare axes, that's fine. We're gonna need lots of wood. Wood is gonna be our... I like how he goes to the bottom one because it has more deer. Wood is going to be our bottleneck for this game. I will also want to make a second wood store, so that way I don't have to be panicking about reaching 200 wood. One thing you could do is just stay on this window and then just smash the upgrade button when you're getting your guy up to 200 wood. You'll lose a little bit as it hits that cap, but we're going to need a second wood storage anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and just put that up. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up the game. I'm much happier with our first day this time around. You can see that some of these guys are not going to be done when it reaches 2000, but they will bring in whatever wood they've collected in the meantime. So here's the ones that I'm not sure if they've completed their stack or not. 32, okay, that's what we got. Now let's go ahead and make our knife fighter. Actually, what I'm trying to think if I want to turn one scavenger into a lumberjack, but I think we'll still leave him alone. All right, let's go ahead and speed up. Yeah, I don't like that weird staticky sound. I'm guessing it's supposed to be thunder or gunshots. Maybe it's wind. All right, at 6 o'clock, punctual, the zombies start leaving, so we can go ahead and take on any knife fighters and reassign them. If the zombies can still be attacking, if they've been turned aggro, as the phrase goes, they'll still attack. And until you've cleared the fences, your guys will not leave to work. I'm not sure if that means that they even won't leave their tents, because you will have work assignments that can happen inside your base. I'm not even sure they'll do that. So we want to keep lumberjacking as much as we can, since I don't know if that's really the phrase, harvesting wood, I guess. We want to keep harvesting wood as much as we can. We're going to need just so much of it, an unbelievable amount of it. We're up to 54, but thankfully we have a cap of 250, so we're okay. Scavenger's back with 3, which is a very paltry amount when you need 10 to make another knife fight. Okay, so on the next load in, we'll be able to upgrade. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and make a bow with some of that extra wood that I'm accounting for. That weird sound, that's me speeding up time and then letting go of the button. Okay, so now we can go ahead and upgrade that, and it's just automatic, magical, instant, whatever you want to call it. So that's done. Our capacity for things have increased, and as a main result, we can upgrade our workshop or have new buildings in the plots. Such as when we get to level 3, we can build the stone pit. I'm going to go ahead and place the housing, I think, nearby, because your people actually do live in the houses, and it'll make it easier for them to leave. In fact, I probably should have put the house here. Yeah, I probably should have not placed the workshop there. That's fine. The game, by default in the tutorial, wanted you to put it there. Now that we're base level 2, we can also upgrade our wood storage. Before that, we were not able to. A wood storage level 1, wood storage level 2, 100 capacity. Obviously, this means that you have to spend a total of 150 wood to have 100 capacity. Because 50 to build it, and then 100 to upgrade it. It's more economical to use up your plots. The thing is, you will eventually run out of land. That's okay, just take into account that and you'll be alright. When the scavenger returns, we should have enough for another knife. We should get pan or something while this window was up. There we go. Second knife fighter. Make that infinite, and then as soon as the day ends, we can just undo the knife fighters and make them to axemen. Now, I'm not getting any population. Well, wait, why am I? Oh yeah, I am getting population growth because when I upgraded this, I got more max capacity. That's right. You want, by day 5, maybe 5 knife fighters. But if you have fewer than that, you'll be okay. The walls are pretty sturdy in the beginning of the game. Alright, this is day 3. You'll get randomly 2 to 3 survivors. So what we'll do is actually I'll make a save as soon as it hits 7. Actually, what happens if I save right now? So let's see what happens. At about 10 o'clock, some survivors should show up, and if it's 2 survivors, I'll try loading. Okay, so it's 2 survivors. It's not very good, but we'll let the tutorial message appear. The group have arrived and are in desperate need of refuge. If you have the room, you can let them in. If you wait long enough, they'll just leave. So I'll just hold on spacebar. Let's see when they actually leave. It's 11, 12, and the left jet. Okay, so at 1 p.m. they leave. Let's go ahead and load. So it does keep track of where it is on the time bar. That's pretty cool. It also keeps track of where your people are at the time. Alright, that's 2. Let's try again. So this can be the difference between a Tran plays video or a Tran wins video. A Tran wins video is where I've torn all the fun out of the game just to try to optimize victory. And that's still 2 people. And we're gonna try, I went 3. I know we can get 3. I don't know what the probability is, but I know we can get 3. Still nothing. Alright, took like 15 tries or so, but now we get our 3. We don't have enough lumberjacks for all of axes for all of them, but we do have roles for them. We have a hunter role. I would say roughly every 5 people you should have a hunter. We should probably get another meat drying rack. Yeah, let's go ahead. We are not quite at max capacity, but we will be before the next survivor arrival. We'll need to either upgrade, which is at 600. That's going to be, I don't know if we'll get to that today. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get to that before the next group of survivors. We might want to start constructing more wood storage. This is pretty useless right now. While we can build the upgrade, while we can't upgrade it, and then we'll get access to picks, not axes, access to picks, access to saws, and access to shovels. None of those jobs are anything we can do. Well, actually, we can do the shovel here if we pay the 250 to expand that way. But this is for picks. I guess we could do the worker. Yeah. All right, never mind. Scratch that. There is some advantage you could do the worker right now. But that's just not good enough. The worker, his sole job is to repair your walls. While very important, I'd rather continue to grow first. We need 600 wood. We need more wood storage. Again, this does use limited amounts of plots that we have. You can also just start upgrading. It's just not as cost effective. I'm willing to give up my land space right now for some more access to storage. If he comes back with a full load of scrap, we can make another knife, but looks like he did not. So he probably brought in like 1 or 2. Let's see, he just brought in the 1. What a loser. Alright, so this will be the 4th day, which means that I will want actually a little bit more scrap the next day. See how they're trying to jockey for position to see who's closest. Alright, so this will be not the last day before the blood moon, but I guess the last preparation day for it. Plus 2 deer to max 15. We have 1 more day between now and the blood moon, but we really should be preparing for it. Let's go ahead and make the housing as well. That way we're ready for any new survivors. 600. Okay. craft 3 knives. 3 people should be really plenty. We'll have 2 on guard. The more people you have here, it's roughly 0.30% or 0.3%. So almost a third of a percent. Consistently, at least up to 26 people, which is how far I tested it. Yes, I know it says 0.79. I know that. It's roughly 0.3. I don't think anybody's going to care that much to quibble over less than 0.5%. All right, so let's go ahead and take that out and make more lumberjacks. So we have the survivor count. We don't quite have the wood count yet, so let's go ahead and upgrade one of these. Now we have 650, so I'll have a little bit of room left over. Tonight will be the blood moon, but I have 5 knives, so we're fine. Yeah, I would like it to be more of a visual spectacle, like a visual treat, because a lot of it is just really just watching your peasants run around and manage stuff for you. Maybe be able to move the windows around so I can watch what's going on. That also would be a nice touch. But yeah, I do wish that the time was close to this, whichever way you want to do it. Move the blood moon down here, or move the time back up here. Yeah, if you didn't have the extra capacity, then you should just continually mash the upgrade button. Perhaps have an like right click it so that, and then have the border lit up, marching ants style, or marquee, however you want to call it, to automatically do it as soon as you hit that threshold. That would be a really nice quality of life feature. We are now level 3, so we could technically upgrade, say, this to the next feature. It's cost 300 wood, and I'll be able to carry 50 more wood on top of it. This is a really good handy one, is to instead pay that for your survivors. But we have a max cap of, where's my max cap? Right here, 20 survivors. We're well ahead of the curve on that. Okay. All the lumberjacks are back, so we'll just go ahead and swap that real quick. Right? Oh, that's right. I didn't have that. Right, it is Blood Moon, and we don't have any unassigned, so we're good. No music or anything. The game's very, very quiet. Other than the constant thudding. Even them hitting the walls doesn't make sound. Or getting stabbed. No, it does make sound. Doesn't sound like a stab, though. That's all of them. We get a star for our troubles, so I'm going to immediately spin that on the lumberjack. I'm not going to spend my day 10 on anything. I'm going to continue to save for this. Not because I really need the lumberjack, but as you go further, you see scavenger now goes from 3 to 4. And then it just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. Maybe it's not the way to go. I have not beaten the game or anything. I'm just showing it. I've only just really gotten to kind of learn. Okay, hold on. I'm talking too much. I'm not thinking about what I need to be doing. Let's see here. We can build a mine pit. That won't do us any good till we get the workshop. I think we're all right for now. Meat drying rack. We don't have enough meat to even see meat on it. And that is a nice touch, by the way. When you drop meat, when you have enough meat, you see it on here. Let me think. Yeah. I think I do need to I think upgrades might be instant, so we should really build the mine first. Constructing the mine will take time, but I think upgrading might be instant. You know what I should have done? I should have saved as soon as the blood moon ended. All right, we'll make a save right when everybody's done with their shifts for today. We don't have access to the miner yet because we don't have pickaxes. To get pickaxes, we'll need to construct the workshop, but we still needed the mine in the first place. Okay, all the lumberjacks have gone in. We'll swap out maybe 2 or 3 knife fighters. Then make a save once everybody has dropped off their supplies. Okay, I guess that's everything. So make a save now. And we'll save it on, I guess, number 2. Yes. We'll see how well 2 knife fighters do. I might want 3. The more people are sleeping in the house, the more babies you make. So I'm kind of watching to see how many points of contact there are. Right now there was 4 right there, so I might want 3. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just load, just to show you that we can change the future in a way. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't, because it's just going to cost a little bit of wood. But I'm just showing you that you can save and load to your advantage. I think that's important to know, because I, for one, am really tired of games that just have an autosave. It's a PC game. Well, I mean, maybe not this original, but I'm talking about in general. These are PC games, but you just have one save forever. Yes, you can go into your directory, figure out wherever it's hidden on your computer, and then copy that or something. But still, it's really obnoxious. PC games were not like that. Back then, back in the day, you could it was actually suggested that you have a player disk, which instead of hard drives, people didn't really have hard drives back then. You would put the disk in, save your game, and then they would suggest make a copy of that disk in case something goes wrong. That's what was actually literally in the manuals. The games came with a manual back then. Nowadays, you'd be lucky to even get a PDF with your game. All right, so yeah, we had 3 points of contact, or three guards this time, but we didn't really have very much contact on the fence. Let's see if this zombie strays up close to the fence. Yep, he does. Kill him, and then take these out. Go back to lumberjacks. You can see that the lumberjacks is really, it's still our core component. Even to do more of this is to, maybe I should just expand. I don't know. The reason why I only know up to 26 is because my people starved to death on my first rehearsal at this game. I was hungry for so much food that I did decide to overhunt this because I didn't have any other choice. Okay, that's 2 people. We're gonna load an autosave. Apparently it didn't autosave at night. Oops, we don't actually need that many knife fighters. Alright, so this is the next day we'll have survivors show up. So I'll make another save for that as well. Okay, make sure we already spent our point. That it wasn't like between the save and loads. They haven't yet wandered off, it's not 6. Now they're leaving. All right, we do have a chance for 3 survivors, and that's what we get now. And we're just gonna make them all scavengers. I could make one of them a hunter, but we should be okay at 11 people. I would like to have a 3rd hunter instead, but we really need that scavenger to work so we can make, so we can make the pick as soon as possible. But we need scrap for that. Fortunately, the odds are against me if I were to try to turn one scavenger into a hunter. The odds are against me that it would be this specific one. I wish it would. I wish it would be more. I think you should be able to click and drag an arrow, and then they'll reassign themselves to that. That would be cool. That would be a cool feature. Very RTS-like. Hey, what else do we got to do? Well, as soon as the scavenger gets in, we might be able to try replacing one of them. It might be that one, but odds are in our favor that it's one of these 3. Okay. I don't know if I happen to grab one before he finished dropping off his supplies, but I will hope not. So now he'll eventually make stone, and that'll be our second kind of bottleneck. Because this one can only have 1 worker at the moment, and then eventually you can have 2 workers, and that's as fast as you can go, short of building other mines. We will probably want a stone storage as well, so let's go ahead and make one of those. We have a total of 50 stone storage, but to upgrade, we're going to need 300. We'll need at least 2 more, at least. Upgrading requires a lot of stone storage as well. Okay, how am I doing on population? 11 of 20. That's not bad. Okay. As soon as they enter in and make sure they drop off everything, then we'll just put in the knife fighters. Let's go ahead and make a save for tonight. And I will edit out future saves and loads and whatnot. In case you're new to this channel, I will show certain things the first time, and then I'll start easing up on editing that stuff out. Your wall is collapsing. If it does, your outpost will be destroyed. We're at half life right now. You can assign more knife fighters to kill zombies faster. To repair your wall, you'll need to craft a saw and then assign a worker. That is true. We should probably think about that. We are 7 scrap away, so we'll want maybe 2 to 3 scavengers tomorrow. Remember that workers only repair during the day, so it's going to be another night phase before I can get around to repairing it. A citizen was born. Just go ahead and apply that right now. He's born ready to scavenge in the zombie apocalypse. Alright, I'd like to take care of all that before the daybreak. Now we can make a saw. And let me think here. It's probably safest to take one of the lumberjacks because they're pretty consistent about their timing. Pan up over here so we can watch that. Okay, then we'll make a worker. We have no one assigned, that's good. So this is the worker, and they do something weird. I don't know if that's actually where the zombie hit the fence or something, but they just pick a spot randomly. He might walk up here, and then he might walk all the way down here. And it's just random. They'll use whatever wood they have at the end of their bar filling up. So if you have 2 wood at the beginning of the bar, and a guy, lumberjack, brings in 18 more wood, then he'll go and spend that 20. It's only accounted for once he's done, not when he starts. But at least this way we'll have some way to regain hit points. So there's that. I do like being able to see my health though. It's just, it sucks that you'd have to have half-life just to see it. Like right now, can you tell how damaged my wall is? No, you can't. You see nothing. Yeah, let's go again. We wanted to craft that axe. Rest will go into lumberjacks afterwards. We went from something like 300 health to 200. Let's see how much 4 will make a difference on day 8. Maybe it wasn't 400, it's 300, but it's still 100 points of loss. Having that extra knife fighter saved us 20 hit points, I guess. Finish killing that one. There we go. And we'll make a save for the daytime. I did get 3 survivors on that day, on that first try of it, but my issue was I didn't even notice the survivors till like it was noon or something. So that's wasted labor. So I went ahead and loaded that. And we'll make these scavengers. We have 3 hunters for 15 people. That's not bad, but we really want to get to farming. To get the farming, though, we need to be the next level. That is a requisite. We can make the sickle right now, but that doesn't do any good until we can construct this and this. This is the farm plot, this is the granary. Before we can get there, we need to have a capacity of 300 stone. Do that, we make capacity of 250, so we can now make a 251. I'm not sure what's faster, to upgrade this and get 2 workers and then remine everything with a 50 upgrade. Yeah, I think it is. That would be faster. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade this. And we'll make a mine. Then we'll make a 6th knife for the next horde night, which is not tonight, but the night after. I want a repair job to... I want an extra repairman on the fence to get our health in good for the next horde night. What else do we need to do? Like us. Probably need to really scavenge to get that pick ready. Maybe a little button to upgrade immediately as you click it. Yeah, I think being able to click and drag your guy to the area you want to work in will be a really cool feature. I don't mean like pick them up like Populous or whatever style. I've not played one of those God style games. In those games, you could pick up a person and drag them to the thing you wanted to work on. What I mean is you click on the pawn and then drag an arrow to the forest or something, and he'll switch over to Lumberjack as soon as he drops off his goods. Okay, let's go ahead and take these off and make them Lumberjacks. Maybe I really want to make them Scavengers. Well, it's too late now. I mean, I could change it, but I don't want to waste daylight hours. Build a radio tower to attract better trades. I don't know how many of these electronic parts we need. I can imagine that this is the radio tower right here, and I would need electronic parts for it, but I don't know if you need 3 parts or just 1. I'm going to assume I should sell twice, though. So if we can get enough to make another purchase of that or sell of that, we'll do that. We probably won't be able to do it twice. Yeah, the workers are really burning through my lumber. That's why it keeps getting deducted. We have 27, which means that we can make another pick. Horde Night, so we have 6 of those. And put the rest on Lumberjack after this night is over. Let's go ahead and make a save. This really 5 looks like it would have been plenty. Okay, let's go and take these guys and turn them into lumberjacks. as soon as we hit 250 stone, which means I'll need to be mashing the button. Because the other one is mining as well at just the same time. Okay, got the 10 right after. So you can see that this requires metal after that. A lot of our stuff will require metal afterwards. So if I upgrade this again, we'll need metal. Let me think here. I will want another hunter pretty soon, which means probably upgrading this. I need to get that other miner out first, as quickly as possible. When I first started learning how to play StarCraft, and I mean, professionally is kind of overlooking it, but we'll just use that word for now. When I first started learning how to play StarCraft professionally, I had to get over the fact that I was holding on to resources. Holding on to resources makes it sound good, especially if you scout the enemy, but realistically, if you're going through and using up your minerals and Vespene gas as fast as you possibly can, then you are in a stronger position than someone who had 4 digits of it in the bank. There we go. I don't know how many loads it took. We'll say another 10 loads to get 3 people. Making that, and we'll sell a second stack of wood. How are we doing on repairs? Half energy. Alright, so we can make another pick and turn one of the repairmen into a miner in a minute. And we got food now. We went from 0 to 20 pretty fast. Realistically, I really need to be leveling up to this. Let's see, we are at 513. Until everybody gets in. All right. I want to make another pick. I think should be okay for right now. 300 stone. We can carry 250. I could have repaired to. I could have upgraded tonight actually if I had just looked at it before the attack happened. I don't want to end up paying extra 50% to repair something that didn't need it. Let's say it went down to 500. It'd be 5/6 of 900. If the developer is watching, I'd like it to be minus from the current. So if I'm missing 50, I think you should go up to 850 out of 900. That would also make upgrading in the middle of the night a gamification thing. Doesn't make sense from a real world standpoint, but neither does having your people be born and then immediately start working. $502. Okay. So I can now carry 300 stone. We need 1,000 wood. So let's see how fast we can get that. How many hunters do I have? 4 hunters. I think we'll just take people off of mining tomorrow. All right, we're redoing this day because of a couple reasons. Number one, we have 19 out of 20 people, and when we reach all of this population, we are not really burnt out, but we're not benefiting from anything. We don't have enough. We're not going to have enough wood, so we're going to put as many people as lumberjack as possible. Let's go and upgrade that, and then we'll spend on upgrading this, and we're down to 4 wood. Trying to think. We'll need at least 5 axes. And we can convert all of these knife fighters to lumberjacks. What else is there to do? Well, we're probably going to run out of storage capacity in the time it takes us to get 1,000 wood. Although it sounds like 3 miners versus 12 lumberjacks, we will hit our cap of 350 because we really only need to get 220 more. And we still need to upgrade our wood storage capacity because right now we can only carry 900. This is why I said, like, hey, it'd be nice to be able to see that visually because you're constantly having to upgrade these just to upgrade your base. I need 1,000 wood, but I can only carry 900. I think we do take off one of the miners. Oh, that's what happened. I was wondering, like, why did I suddenly assign 3? Let's try to see 2 miners does it. This is not the first take I've done this, so if 2 doesn't work, then I guess I'll see you when we do 1 miner. He's just still wood. I wasn't planning on selling anything, but sometimes he might change to stone. We need to upgrade at least 2 of these. Upgrade a third so that we can at least sit pretty on above. Not have to worry that we're losing out on having lumber. Like if we had 998 and someone drops 18, well, I just lost 16 lumber. 2 might still be too much. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe we'll make it. Oh, it's so close to the next upgrade. Well, let's go ahead and make a save. Oh, somehow we... Okay, well, now we're just 1 stone short. Or not 1 stone, but 1 stack short on stone. Next day is the Horde as well. I want to make sure that this is as hunky-dory as we can make it. That's why we're assigning 2 workers. Okay, let's go ahead and make a save. Alright, so as soon as we get that next stone, we'll go upgrade this. I'm clicking. So I want to get there as soon as possible. Although it shouldn't be necessary because we do have a cap of 350 and I only have 2 people working. I'm still trying to get this up there. So much is waiting for this next upgrade. What's miss? Oh, I'm missing wood. Okay, fine. It's because he spins it repairing. That's why I was missing the wood. All right, now what? This is like the scene in Edge of Tomorrow where they ask, like, what do you want to do now? It's like, I don't know. We've never gotten this far before. Well, let's see here. I guess we do need to upgrade this. That means we'll need to make a shovel. Which means we will need more scavengers. So if we load again, I will turn one of these lumberjacks into a scavenger. Because we need to make a sickle if we want to farm at all. And I want to farm as fast as possible. I'm glad that we're not losing any meat. I think it's stupid to throw the meat on the floor or whatever because you can't store it all. Just put it somewhere or eat it. Eat it raw. I don't care, but don't throw it away. All right, we need to assign someone to it. I guess when the lumberjacks return, we'll grab one of them. There we go. Blood Moon. I'm at 600. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. All right, I kind of wonder if getting 1,500 wood would allow me to hunt over here. I think it would. I mean, I'm just assuming it would. We don't have nearly that much capacity, though. That would take us some time to upgrade. Let's see, we're 1,200, so we need to upgrade all 6 of these, which is going to be 1,800 wood. This only cost me 250 wood. You can see how little we have. This cost me 250 wood to start clearing. This will cost 750 wood. This price is the same whether or not you've started upgrading this top one, so you're expected to go in this direction. I can't click on this and find out what its price is until we've cleared this way. Let's see, what else? We need to... something like that. Oh, well, we'll need another hunter as well. We are over hunting, but right now we have... I think you should have 1 hunter per 5 people. When we go to the next layer of people, 21 to 25, we'll need another hunter. I say we're over hunting because there's no longer 15 deer in the forest, and we used to just stay on top of it. But what's really cool is, although the wall repair is dumb, equally smart is how your hunters operate. Let me show you once we finish these zombies. Make a save. I need to 5 and the rest there. We're sitting 3 hunters down here, and at first I saw that and was like, what? Why are you doing that? But that's because 15 minus 3 is 12. 13 minus 1 is 12. The game already is calculating in advance what they're going to hunt and take away. That's smart. Let me make another save. I was trying to think if I wanted to pull scavengers away, but I don't know which scavenger it'll be. Wait for them to drop off all their stuff. You can see how they go back to their tent there. That's why I wanted it near the front gate. Did anyone do anything else? Repair this. I think we're okay. How much wood do I need? We're looking at maybe 300 just as a starting investment. So we got that. So maybe like this. Okay, let's see how this pans out. We are going to be hungry. Hopefully no one dies. I don't know when they die, if it's a chance to die, but they do have to eat every hour. So it's ridiculous to me to think that they'll die in just less than a day of eating. Let's get the farm as close as possible to the tent and put the granary right over here next to the meat rack. We got a lot of scrap from clearing this area, and a lot of people that are free to, 3 people that are free to work. So I guess we'll do one scavenger. Grade that, and 2 farmers. Bam! In 19 hours, we'll have our first harvest. I'm assuming it's preset by days. We'll probably every divisible by 3 or something. So if I had started tomorrow, I would have 3 days to wait until I could harvest it. Okay, that's our first harvest. I have no idea how to calculate grain for how much we need to eat. I do remember thinking like 1 hunter per 5 people. Let's see here. Do probably need another bow just to help us until we get the granary. We are 24 out of 30. Well, let's just go and slap down a bow in advance. I feel much better having grain. This wall is almost finished being repaired. And then I could upgrade it if I wanted. Probably just spend money on upgrading this one instead. Not money. That's the end of the day anyways. Yeah, you can't even work that during the night, even though it's inside your base. Okay, I'm not sure how this all pans out, but we'll make a save and just see how the zombies divide themselves. 2 points, 3. I know this has more coverage to do. I just wasn't sure. 810, 765. All right, so that's 90 points damage and 142. So that's 232. 232 points of damage. Let's try loading, and we won't clear it. So 232 points of damage. We don't really need to worry about what's going on today. We also had 6, 3 and 3. $280. Well, 274. I'll have to double check the numbers. Maybe I remembered wrong. All right, we'll need another knife. Move him over to the left. As far as, I guess, 2 workers. Can afford only 1 of those at the moment. Moved all the miners from that. Okay. And we'll need to produce another farm once we get the 200 wood. How are we doing a population count? Okay, 24. This would cost me 300 wood. Waiting for the second dose of scrap. I don't know which scavengers will be pulled away from it. They won't be able to work on the farm for very long, but it's fine. They wouldn't have been able to work on scrap for very long either. Workers are now done. Okay, I think we're doing pretty well, right? I don't know how much food we eat typically. Are we doing okay on the bows? We still have the one bow ahead of us. Okay, now that food is possibly taken care of. I say possibly because we are losing more deer than we're gaining, so I probably need to take off from a hunter. Especially since we lost food. Not lost, we maxed out on food. That makes me feel bad. To get that, we need 2,000 wood. That's going to be quite a ways away. Hmm. Let the deer recuperate. 4 is still too much for it, but we aren't yet harvesting the grain. In a little bit we will be. Okay. Guess we start working on this. 2,000, geez. Let's see here. We still need more stone upgrades to reach that. We'll hit 1500 with just these wood piles, and I can't do the metal thing yet. What else can we construct? We've constructed everything we possibly can. We'll need to create more wood piles. I don't really like the idea of putting wood next to the edge here, because you notice that there's no little explosion or fire icon here, but if you look at our stone pile, it says that. So I'm guessing that things can happen, maybe explosive zombies or something, I don't know. But wood is still our biggest bottleneck. What if we try going this way? We'll probably be okay. Better assign a couple. Yeah, maybe we go do this. If all my people, 28, they eat half, which means today's a very bad day. I'm gonna have to load. My people are gonna be starving, so yeah, that's not good enough. Well, maybe they'll return with the food in time. Once we get our first harvest, we should be okay, maybe. And now we can hit the 1500 necessary for this. Load. After today, we'll pull people off of it. Maybe leave 2 hunters. I'm not sure if that's enough, but if you get to 3 or below, they start flashing red, your deer. That's just 1 star, but the next night, if I remember correctly, will be 2 stars. I only say remember correctly because it's not like I counted it or anything, but I remember thinking, gee, if I never spent that point on knives, I could have gotten the other upgrade. That's extrapolating that data. We are going to be starving for a little bit, but in 2 hours we'll get grain, which I'm not sure how much grain really feeds anybody. We have nothing at the moment. Any is better than nothing. It says it's going to feed 15. You can't feed half a grain? Because for the meat, you feed half a meat. That's fine. Whatever. We are going to try for this. Do I have... yeah, we can do that. We can reach that number of lumber. Probably just build a wood store. I can't... yeah, but probably just build a wood store. Okay. I'll still mash, but I shouldn't lose much, if any. Apparently I didn't even have enough for that one. Choosing to eat meat instead of grain. Okay. Here comes the next wave of lumber. You can see my mouse jiggling as I click mad. I think that's all the shovels I have, right? Just 3? Yeah. Wonder if it takes as long to finish that one as it does these. Since I had a max of 1550, I must have just had exactly enough. So I was thinking about building another farm plot. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all of them for right now. Then we need to make some more granaries. Our walls are gonna be badly damaged tomorrow, because I didn't have anybody repairing today. 200. We'll say roughly 300 extra grain. So we need 600 storage. We do have just enough. And make a save. just in time. Partial repairs there. $600. Looks so much different than the other ones. Doesn't farm until I clear it off the plat. So I'd lost maybe 3 grain by waiting. I probably could have just upgraded one of these and saved myself that amount of time. Sickles. Ha! Fine, you couldn't be a worker for a second. I don't think he got anything done. Blood Moon tonight. I'm gonna need to try to put in some more workers. I don't have the wood for it right now because I spent it all on the farms. This should be fine. Once these guys get in, and we'll make a save here. Okay. It's probably just as well because I forgot to upgrade the housing unit. I don't know why the 6 wants to go to the top instead of to the left. And having the knife upgrade would make it easier to not attract the big zombies, well, any zombie in general. But I wouldn't have gotten to this point without the storage upgrades. Like, you always see how low wood I am. Don't drag the... Yes! Okay, that one's done. Now this one. Alright, I have just finished editing episodes... or episode 1, days 1 to 25. We can get this as our reward for completing day 25, Horde Night. That was Friday when I was recording it. And then I had to stop all of a sudden when my family got home. I mean, I was expecting them home. It's the end of school and work. But I had to stop all of a sudden. And after I finished editing, I was like, I shouldn't stop at 25. 25, wow, a nice natural number. I don't know, natural is the right word. 30 is generally what people would think of when they think of somewhere in this realm, because, 7 days a week, people think 30 days a month. So I should probably push forward for another 5 days. So I'm staying up tonight, Saturday evening, after everybody's gone to bed, in order to try to hammer this out. So if you hear about that, my voice has sounded different, that's always why. Because I generally have to record my episodes over the series of a couple days. People have mentioned that, like, my voice sounds totally different the next day or something, and yeah, that's pretty normal. For people. I mean, at least I think it's normal for people. Alright. Since we have 4 workers, we'll be spending 80 wood a tick, essentially, so I don't want to necessarily upgrade as soon as I have the wood for it. But I definitely need upgrades, because in order to get the next base upgrade, we'll need to get 500 here. And we had 160 grain per plot, roughly. So with 5 plots, we're going to be over 1,000 grain, and we can only carry 1,000. So I will definitely need to spend the wood on. What did I spend most of my wood on? This one. This is probably what's going to hold me back. So if I have played well up to this point, other than the 2 mines thing, if I have played well up to this point, this snafu is going to let people catch up to me if this were a competitive game. Because this costs 750 wood, and this costs 1,500 wood. The reason I picked this is I wanted to see if I get access to deer on this side. It's not for any super pressing reason. I do want my people to be well fed. We're about to run out of deer on this side. So I want to try to cut my losses before we get down to 3 or fewer deer. After tonight, I'll probably pull away all the hunters and assign them to other jobs. One of the reasons why it might be a mistake is I may have to cover this entire stretch of wall. Because when we were just this plot, you had to cover 1, 2, 3 sections of wall. Once I got this plot, I had to add 1 more section. So not only did I increase my number of defensive walls from 4 to 7 instead of 4 to 5, but I had to pay double the wood for it. So this was probably a big mistake, but I do want to check out more content on this side, and what other way to do it than to nosedive right into the other gate. So yeah, sometimes you do have to pick things that are less optimal to make a better video, I think. Not that I'm trying to rig myself to fail or anything, but if I just played safe, you would probably see me, I don't know, hitting escape all the time and just plotting out my next move or something. Instead, what I'll do is I'll save and load and just try to play that section smoothly. Which is why I made that Edge of Tomorrow comment, like, oh, I don't know what to do next. Let's go ahead and move these guys around. We'll deduct from the others as soon as they drop off their supplies. Okay. Don't need any hunters. We'll need 2 workers only, because 1 for each wall. The rest are axemen. And that is all of our axes. I'm going to go hard. I guess hard. I don't want to sound like it's innuendo. I'm going to go hard on the lumberjack for the next phase, because we are absolutely in debt thanks to this expenditure. So we're going 15 axes, and the rest are going to well, 4 scavengers, 10 farmers. We're going to need so much scrap just to defend this. If we have 5 on top and 6 on the left side to cover it, we might want, say, 6 on the right side to cover it. So that's another 6 knives. So that's going to be 60 scrap. We have 40. And no, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, maybe some of these zombies will end up over here. I don't know. I haven't... This is my first run-through of the game, so I'm not sure if splitting up the zombies is a thing. Or if it just means that you get surrounded more, you have to pay more. Finish off that zombie, and that is everybody. Next farmer, scavenger, and then I think we can just make a save. Let's get the newborn and the scavenging right away. That literally popped over. So let's talk about this for a minute. You eat half your grain, or half your population rounded up. So if I had 40 people, I'd eat 20 grain. If I had 41 people, I'd eat 21 grain. If I had 42 people, I'd still eat 21 grain. What I was planning on was having my 35th person, the odd number dude, sleep so he can formulate a baby all on his own. I don't know how he does that, but he just does. So at 10 o'clock, we need to pick up this grain so that my people can immediately start work. So I gotta click this rapidly. Let's see, speed up just a tad. All right, and get ready to click. Get no one to click twice. Then I get a pop-up. There we go, perfect. In fact, that one got an extra grain before some of these did. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. As for production, we need 2,000 wood, so we're going to need to produce 9 plots of wood storage. So here's another 4, so we'll need 5 more. And we'll probably go 6 so that we can have 2,050 wood. We need an extra 1 stone. We'll probably go 2 stone at least. I don't want to actually use up that last bit of wood there because I want them to be able to work. And while we're waiting on that, we'll go and craft. I want 70 knives. So we have 6, 6, and 5. Guess we'll just make this a stone store? Sure, let's do that. Okay, we eat 18 grain a tick. Now, let's see here. This will give me 30 scrap when it's complete, which means that if I'm at 50 scrap, I need to spin that really quick. Otherwise, I think we're pretty much okay. I think we've taken care of all the immediate tasks. So as soon as they are done, I'm just going to apply them to Scavenger. Clicking right now, clicking like mad. I don't know if it's going to get me even 1 extra scrap by doing that fast. Because at most, I could just wait till I see it and then click. So let's say that's a 4-second turnaround, which is not a great reaction time. But let's say it's a 4-second turnaround. Like I look at it as, oh, my people are done. And I click. I don't think I'd get any extra scrap. But I'm doing it this way anyways. Alright, we have 59 scrap. We should really spin that. So how about more sickles? We'll leave a little bit just in case we need it. This content is not available in the demo. If you're enjoying the game, you can add to your Steam wish list. Okay, if you're going to ask me to wish list, here's a hint, Mr. Developer, sir. Please pause the game. This does not feel nice to know that my game is still running. I'm fighting against time, hunger, the weather, zombies, and the game does not pause as everything bares its teeth at me. I don't know if I'm allowed to go over here because my guys are still lumbering over here. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and make a save now. 1, 2 of those. We'll need 3 of those. I know I just deducted them. Wait for people to finish turning in their stuff. Some of them have to run over here to turn things in. Okay. Alright, I think we're as good as we're going to get. Let's go ahead and start constructing wood storage so we go up to 2050. We just need to survive the night. Yeah, I don't have any reason to believe that the zombies are evenly distributed around you. Maybe they do. Maybe they are. Some confirmation from the developer would be nice. But otherwise, I'm just going to assume that if you open up another lane of attack, you just get magically more zombies attacking from that side. That's just what I'm assuming. I do wish your guys would double up or, you know, tag team a zombie. A building was struck by lightning. Do I just click on it, or is it gone forever? No, what do I do? I'm clicking it. I wasn't even holding spacebar, actually. I guess because I was holding spacebar where the tutorial was going, it just kept speeding up, so I didn't even see what it... So I'm clicking it, nothing's going on. I guess it's just dead now. Okay. What do you want me to do about this? I can't even demolish it. I'm gonna load this, but I guess I just wanted to show that. Well, that's not fun. Maybe that's a part of the mobile game and you feel that's an essential part of the experience. I don't like that in the slightest. Maybe I'm supposed to build a lightning rod for it, but it feels cheap. It feels unearned. It does not feel like gameplay that I can get behind. It's just zap. Here goes your thing. It's an empty plot now. Thanks. All right, so let's go and load. Here we are again. Before you worry about that, let's move all these people around. Knife fighters. I'll wait for all the resources to pour in. We made this a housing unit, then we can make these farms right here, perhaps. Not sure that really matters, doing it that way. Probably looks nicer. Oh, need him. Shuffle people around. I'm still trying to figure out planning my base layout. I've calculated I need roughly 6.6 farms for the number of people I had at the time I was calculating that. So we'll definitely want more farms. The meat should be able to help provide. Do we have hunters set up? Not yet. 2 hunters. There we go. We'll want 3 workers. Just trying to watch all the zombies, make sure that there's the large one right there. If that large one starts attacking, I'm loading. 1 less knife fighter, make him into a miner, take the rest, turn them into farmers, lumberjacks, then scavengers. Okay. I think that's a solid strat. By the end of the day, I'm hoping I will have enough to upgrade this. And our hunters are running over here to get the deer. I don't know if they have to run all the way back to drop off or they get to drop it off here. Probably get to drop it off here in the full version of the game. I don't know if the mobile had all this extra stuff over here or something. Probably won't sell you any grain today, but what do you got? I don't like this random walking around business. I guess they're probably trying to repair the wall that's the least hit points. Yeah, the 440's over here. So he actually planned ahead and decided to stay there. Well, look at this. He decided that from here, it's the best thing to do is to walk all the way over here. It's not even up here. It's down here. That's preposterous, game. That is no. What about my hunters? What are you gonna do? Okay, good. At least something played out in my favor. Do I need to do anything, or do I just wait for the resources to come in and my workers to waste time? I guess we might need to make way more saws. Let's go ahead and remove these, those, let's put those in. Grab an extra knife, saw blade, and wait for the resources to finish trickling in, because they don't just drop it off here, they'll drop it off here. At least when you load the autosave to this point. You can upgrade that, and we've reached the end of the demo or the early access version of this. This is like the press release or beta build. It's not actually a demo that you can download right now, I don't think. I need stone. Not really, not that much. And realistically, we need farmers. Or we need to expand this way so that way we can upgrade the workshop, which requires a massive ton of stone. We might have reached the end of what the content we can produce for this game. All in one episode. It'll be a long episode. Let's make a save. We gotta change a few things. First, we have no lumber left, so that doesn't even matter right now. And that's our setup for today. We just need to harvest a bunch. Yeah, we may go ahead and make the forge and the scrap pile. This is the only thing that I get for leveling this up to 5 is to be able to produce the metal scrap, which will help us in some of these upgrades. It does help. That was hellishly expensive, and I'm not sure it was worth it. I probably could have spent that on, say, upgrading the walls or something. We still don't have turrets. I know what turrets are like in the game, and they weren't that impressive to me compared to getting more people or something, getting farms up and running. So I think it's pretty good that I had 5 farms up and running by like day 25. We'll be able to have enough lumber to clear this in 3 trips. However, I still want lumber to repair, but I can at least dig overnight. So I think we work on it all day, and then I rearrange people to repair walls on the day of the blood moon. We have 7 saws. And we have 8 saws, and we'll make another shovel. So I'll go ahead and click on that for now. Let's use the rest of the scrap on picks. Today's just about recovering our lumber. Let's go and take that out, immediately start digging. Wait for the rest to file in and complete their jobs or assign deliveries. There we go. That should do it. But I made another pickaxe. Oh, maybe I just made the one. Now, why can't I? Oh, because I didn't upgrade this. That's why. Okay. We are using up all our saws. We need to at least get 2 more upgrades for our mine. I can't make the 3rd one yet, so that was kind of a waste of scrap. But we'll see how tonight goes. I might end up loading anyways. Finish that guy off. Do this. We need farmers, lumberjacks. We're gonna get another person born pretty soon here. There we go. I guess we need to build a couple granaries. That'll allow me to pick up all of that. Okay, what else do we need to do? We're still working on that. We need stone. So I should upgrade this as soon as we can? Question mark? Yeah, probably. Alright, so the next tick over, I'll be to upgrade that. Oh, no, I'm missing just a bit of wood. Okay. I don't know why it's still fast forwarding. I let go of the spacebar, which is a setting you can, which is a setting in here. At least I thought it was. When I saw someone else playing this game, I thought there was a setting that said toggle fast forward or not. This is leaderboard. This is my only play file, so everything I'm world record in my my own game. I'm playing offline, which is how I normally do things. Huh. Maybe that was just someone different version. I don't know. Maybe they just said that you have to. It's gonna always be press and hold. All right. Well, whatever. So I would like to get another. Maybe we'll turn one of the workers into a miner. I think that's what we'll do. I don't know which guy I just drafted, but take the stone. So we need 300 stone in order to be able to unlock the forge. But we probably need a hammer to begin with. So rushing to it isn't going to do me any good. Chances are I need another mine. Okay. So maybe demolish these for now, because I can't see myself really ever hunting again. Because I'd be alternating between these two areas, and the walk is just way too far to be practical. So I could demolish these and get more mines. We are still repairing. Not even full yet. Hey, Blood Moon is on the way. Let's go ahead and move all of these out. I would, since I'm missing 102 health, and 600 plus 50% is 900, then 50% of 102 is 51. So if I upgraded this right now, I'd have to pay an extra 51 wood on top of what I already owe to fully repair it. But that would at least get me some health. I can win this fight. It's just when I have won, the battle drags on until a little bit into the day, and I don't like that. I've been loading until we can do it, but most of the time I actually lose the fight. Looks like we might be good because the giants are kind of hanging back. They're not approaching the fence right now. Nope, these guys probably have heard it. If we don't finish killing these guys. Let's see. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good this time. Just need to kill these guys before 7, and I will consider it a win for today. Anything we need to worry about? Make them workers, I guess. Come on, kill them before 6, please. No, before 7. Yes! Oh, there's this one too, hold on. If you're seeing this, then it must have worked. Take those out. Miners, lumberjacks. Okay, today we're gonna go ahead and get this. And this. Those are things I really badly needed, and picking this up might actually save you more wood than getting the extra 2 wood carry capacity. Because remember, every health point is wood saved. So if you kill a zombie, say 2 swings faster, that's potentially 2 wood per zombie. Whereas this is 2 wood per lumberjack per day, maybe 5 trips a day or something. Right, we really, really need to repair today, which is why I put so many people on that duty. Actually, I could probably squeeze a couple more on that, right? Yeah, I still have two blades, 2 saws. All right, next shipment of lumberjacks, I'll remove 2 people. Well, let me start the upgrade for this. Then I'll remove 3 people. Actually, you know, we've hit day 30. I should call it an episode. I don't know why I'm still doing this. I mean, it's fun. I guess that's probably the reason why. But anyways, I'll leave a link in the description to the store page below if this is a game that you want to keep an eye on. I believe it's still out on mobile. I assume I don't have any mobile games, but you can expect it to be approaching Steam in the near future. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays Final Outpost. I'll see you next time.